Welcome. Technical difficulties be damned. What a day. It's Monday. It fucking feels like it. Welcome. It's the regulars. I'm Cody Decker.
And I'm
No. And I'm pissed. Go ahead,
and
Tanya.
I'm the co-host you can see on camera.
There she is. What, you can't see you?
No, I'm saying you can see. What I'm saying is
Why? We're
currently-
doing... No. The way that this is actually a wonderful camera technique, what
Yeah.
we're doing today. One, for some reason, our lighting's at tick-off today, but as we're coming to learn right now,
Yeah.
it's actually working quite well because you're bubbly and happy and fun and full of all kinds of joy, and I'm just filled with darkness, piss, and vinegar. It's a very devil angel type of setup
There
we
is,
have today.
yeah. I honestly, we were like, okay, well, can't get the lighting right for some reason. That happens.
No. What's
But
funny
then
is it's the
everything else
same
went to hell.
goddamn lighting every
We've never changed. They're the same lights.
One of our cameras went out for some reason. Just wildness.
I am waiting for us. So I feel like when we do the podcast on Friday, like the lighting is just going to be perfect for some reason, and we're not going to know what the difference is. Like I keep trying to figure out what it is, and I can't figure it out. Like we need a stage director. However, whatever. We're here. We're 20 minutes late, but it's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
Who
It
cares?
feels like a Monday. We got a lot going on. Completely real things happened all throughout the weekend in a lot of our lives. And a few things that weren't real happened in our weekend throughout our lives. Well, however you take that, good. Anyways, should we just get to the sports of it all?
We might as well. We're
Let's
not
get
doing well
to
with
the
anything else.
goddamn sports of it all because we had sports. Tanya, headline number one.
Headline number one is that the Browns themselves and Browns media are reporting that Deshaun Watson is looking like the favorite to win the job of starting quarterback over Shedeur Sanders. And this comes to us. This was national news today on a bunch of websites. But it comes to us courtesy of two radio guys who are always the source of the most important information in terms of the Browns. Tony Grossi also noted how Deshaun Watson looked good at different practices while taking the majority of the reps, seemingly indicating that Watson is the current frontrunner for the job in 2026. Barring a complete surprise, none of these quarterback options will be the Browns' long-term solution, the person who wrote the article said. Now, here's the thing. We talked about this, that Haslam was pushing for Deshaun Watson to get a real shot.
Yes.
We have heard that, they did. I think they drafted somebody over the weekend, sixth round, whatever. They're just trying to say they've got 4 quarterbacks on the roster right now. What I'm wondering is why the Browns, number one, why the Browns media is so intent on making Deshaun Watson, doing the Haslam's bidding in terms of selling us on Deshaun Watson. I've seen the video. Deshaun Watson, Shedeur, they don't look, it's kind of like, I don't really see what everybody is seeing. Mm-hmm. I also find it really odd because I've now heard this talking point a couple times. You tell me. I've heard this talking point a couple times that obviously the quarterback of their future isn't on the team. They're waiting until next year's big draft. How did we come to that conclusion?
I have no idea. No. I really, I also saw you post a video on your social media that I thought was really great about Shedeur Sanders. And I actually don't know if it was a recent one.
It was.
Or it was. Okay, thank God. Because I thought you made a really good point about how it was this weird question about how he more humbled from the last season, to which I'm like, listen, I'm not sitting here and saying that Shedeur had the killerest of killer years, but there was a lot of bright spots on what Shedeur did. A lot of accomplishments that, frankly, the last 20 years of different quarterbacks, and when I say different quarterbacks, I mean, we're talking
literally
the most insane run of quarterbacks in any franchise.
That's right.
And he comes out and does things that literally, not figuratively, literally none of them to this day, since the revitalization of the Browns franchise, and correct me if I'm wrong, 1996, 7?
Yeah. So the last quarterback prior to Shedeur Sanders, who had won their rookie debut, was in 1995. They became a franchise again in 1999.
99. So we're talking in 1999. We haven't had a Browns quarterback,
since
arguably,
they became a team again,
as successful as Shedeur Sanders was this last season. And again, not sitting here saying that Shedeur...
I mean, there was Baker Mayfield,
Yeah.
and there were some good years where they made the playoffs, but in terms of a rookie quarterback coming in, to go 25 years and not have a rookie quarterback win their debut is a long time. And he was also the only rookie quarterback to throw for 300 yards last season, which is like, so there's these weird little bright spots. He's like, clearly you see him at the podium. He like knows how to handle himself. He knows how to handle all of the, intensity of the media. He is somebody who preaches bringing the energy up and bringing the positivity up. He has been incredibly complimentary of the new coaching staff and working with Todd Monken. So it's so odd to me, this article that's kind of recapping the story being like, well, we know no one on this roster is. Dude, why are we treating it like this?
And
I've
by the way,
seen anything like it.
And it's not just the treating of it like this. And that's the thing. That's why I want to get back to the initial point of Deshaun Watson. And you asked a question that I have not answered. Yeah. And the answer, my answer that I'm going to give is sad. I don't know. Yeah. The answer is to your question of why are radio personalities in that city? Why are I don't know, radio hosts? Why are writers? Why are journalists, quote unquote, doing the Haslam's bidding? The true, honest God answer is I don't have a single clue. It is insane. Yeah. Haslam has done nothing but missteps since owning this franchise.
Right.
This decision to pay Deshaun Watson is the single worst decision in the history of the NFL. I'm going to say that again.
Contract decision.
Decision. The worst contract decision in the history of the NFL that left lasting implications and lasting bad effects to the quarterback market and to the free agent market as a whole. This man broke, as an owner, the entire market for a person under active investigations.
Everybody had to collude to reset the market.
I just simply do not comprehend how there's a single person in the city of Cleveland or state of Ohio or Earth that would be willing to say a nice thing about the ownership of the Cleveland goddamn Browns. And anyone carrying water for Deshaun Watson right now, the fuck?
Well, that's the interesting part is like, so even let's say you think Deshaun does look better than the other three options in OTAs, by the way. We're in fucking OTAs. This is like we're not even into like training camp. It's fucking April. So who cares? Who cares what Deshaun Watson looks like right now? Mm-hmm. But like, let's say you do think he's marginally the best quarterback option, which is the best it could possibly be. Who wants him to start in the fucking NFL? What are we doing?
There's only one possible thing that I have in mind. But here's the reason why I haven't really thrown it out there.
Okay.
It's one of, in my opinion, two potential options.
Okay.
One, they really just want him to start to justify the outrageous amount of money they
Which
gave
it's too
him.
late. It's unjustified. So that's
way
out
too
the,
late.
It's
That is so out the door, which is why I don't really give too much credence to that.
Right.
The other is another I don't give credence to because I don't see how this happens either. The only reason, it's a percentage in my head that goes, well, there has been such a weird market for quarterbacks, especially older quarterbacks that have had a semblance of success in the past because of injuries. Is there a way that they are trying so desperately hard to put out how great he looks to somehow move him? I don't know who to or how or who wants this fucking smoke, but dude, it's the only thing I can come up with.
It's not I mean, listen, I get why you're saying it. Like, I don't think it's a crazy thing to say. Like, we are spitballing here, but there is not a single team that's ever taking on Deshaun Watson's contract. I'd be surprised if there's a single team that's taking on Deshaun Watson as a quarterback in any capacity, unless he is a like veteran minimum or very low paid guy who's now been cut by the Browns. Like, I mean, if you can bring him in as like a backup, I mean, listen, none of these people have a ton of morals, but like, he's just not been good. He has like not been good when he's been playing.
And he's coming off two separate Achilles injuries.
Yeah, like he's not good, has been unhealthy. He's a locker room nightmare. He's a character issue nightmare. And it's so wild to have the character issue guy that Deshaun Watson is on the same team with the guy who reporters are asking, like, do you feel humbled? Can we ask Deshaun Watson if he feels fucking humbled, by the way?
One wears a watch, the other has like 28 credible accusations against him. I agree. This should definitely be on the same pedestal. One is a young African-American kid who has a lot of confidence. That's just as bad as all the accusations.
Yeah. God forbid you have confidence as a NFL quarterback,
It is baffling. And by the way, complete kudos on Deshaun No kudos on Deshaun.
Yeah,
Complete
Shedeur.
kudos on Shedeur on his really phenomenal answer to that question. Not letting anybody else dictate his confidence level.
Yeah,
You bet your ass. By the way, I'm not. That's how pissed off I am. You guys got me rooting for fucking Shedeur like he's my fucking goat.
No, that's the thing is the more they do this,
The more I root for
the
him.
rest of us are like, you know what? Now what? Fuck you. Now fuck because I'm no Browns fan, right? Loved Shedeur in college. He was great, whatever. But I have no particular allegiance to like any success. But it's not like I think that he necessarily like deserves to be believed in more than your average rookie quarterback. Outside of the fact that he has. So many people have tried to put him down for no fucking reason. So now you've got me tripling down every single year since. So last year prior to the draft, I was talking about this. Then going into the season, I was talking about it. I was talking about how they were treating Shedeur. It's been one of my beats, and I'm staying on it. And the more they do this. I just feel like if you were in Browns media, you always have a choice of like exactly where you want the narrative to go. And the choice to be like, Sean Watson looks pretty good, guys. And, you know, who knows if none of these people work out. Like, I just don't, I've never really seen anything quite like it. Shedeur did everything he needed to do last season to secure belief that he could compete for the number one spot. And instead, they're using this washed up, overpaid predator.
It's wild.
As a way to undermine his potential chances. And I'm just kind of like, I just find it to be a really fascinating thing that I think is, well, that I know for a fact isn't going away.
Yeah.
And we had first press conference out, first one of Shedeur's entire season this season. First one, and we've already got controversial bullshit questions, and him handling them like a pro, smiling, being polite,
Phenomenal job.
I love like nobody can tell me how I'm going to feel about myself.
The great stuff. Phenomenal answer. Everything about it was a phenomenal answer.
It's fucking awesome.
It was correct.
I couldn't relate to it. My mom actually said to me, she's like, so much of like what you were saying you like loved about Shedeur and how he handled himself. She's like, that's how I feel about you. She's like, you're one of those people that does not feel like has like grown into an existence of like, I'm not going to apologize for who I am and believing in myself.
Yeah.
And she's like, so I can see why you like empathize so much with Shedeur. And I'm like, yeah, clearly, obviously there's differences here, but there is a thing that I have that's like gotten me through my career, which is saying I can take critique. I can take obviously external criticism, but you don't get to tell me who I am.
Agreed.
You know?
Agreed. No, and it's been wild to see. Listen, the humble pie that this kid already ate was on draft night. That was when he had to eat some humble pie. And you know what he did? In my opinion, handled it so fucking well. Because he was the butt of the joke that night. He just was, whether you like it or not.
That's what they wanted.
And that's what they wanted.
Sure.
And you know what he did?
Sure made sure.
He didn't even use it as a chip on his shoulder. He just went out and did his fucking thing.
That's the crazy part is he has not one time been like, and y'all thought it wasn't going to work, but when I was drafted fifth, he doesn't do that.
No, he just went out and did his thing and it looked like he had a good time doing it. Like, and God forbid, those wonderful fans in Cleveland get to see such a thing.
I hope, dude, if he ever actually becomes a legitimate like real starter and like makes the playoffs or something like that, if he doesn't rub it in their face,
Dude,
oh,
I want so many
him to
of
go
those
full
people to
Cam
eat so
Newton,
much shit.
full Cam Newton, Superman, like psychotic shit. At least I know that's the shit I'm gonna be on. So he might as well.
Dude, I
be.
love me a supervillain run. All right, let's get over to headline number 2 because it's taking place right now. We got NBA playoffs taking place, and listen, I was not excited for a lot of these series. Freely admitted it.
Yeah,
there was only
neither one of us were.
Just had one penciled in. I was terrified about the Lakers series. Lakers up 3-1. LeBron looking fucking absurd for those first 3 games. Now, I'll admit, game 4 looked a little fatigued, but, you know, whatever. One game out. I'm not going
One
to
would
say.
imagine he'd be.
I mean, he is 40 fucking 1 years old.
I'd be afraid if he weren't fatigued.
Motherfucker's back's probably be killing him. He
I'm
carried the whole
already-
goddamn team for the last week.
I'm already afraid of how good he is at this age to begin with.
I know,
I can't see 4
but it was
games like that in a row. Yeah.
phenomenal
Yeah.
to watch. It was watching vintage shit.
Game 3 was nuts. Cody,
That ending.
I wish that you and I had been talking about it like at the time, because the steal and then the hitting
And then
the
the
3
three.
and then almost hitting the game-winning
what if he hit
inbounds
that?
pass.
But
and then the way he handled overtime, the whole thing was just beautiful.
I might be coming around.
I don't think you understand how much shit I was talking on the internet.
I might be coming around.
Yeah, you texted me and I was not having it. I was not like.
Why? We had a very good and concise conversation about it last week.
We had an awesome conversation. I posted it to the internet. People loved the discourse.
Yeah, and you're mad at me because I'm coming around?
Because, well, so this is what bothered me was like we had this great conversation about it.
Yes.
Like I bring up all the points. We have all the you know,
great
whatever.
talking points.
And then like after LeBron, by the way, we have this conversation. Next game, literally one game later, you're like, actually, maybe I am coming around on the thing you just asked me about where I told you I wasn't coming around because now I think about it and his son's on the team.
Nope.
And I'm like, oh my God.
You are currently not properly describing it. I read a tweet that put things into perspective.
Right, so
I wasn't prepared for.
I'm supposed to respect the fact that a tweet could put into perspective for you what I could not in 20 minutes. Fuck you.
Tanya?
Fuck you.
Tanya, he literally created.
Hey, go fuck yourself,
he
kid.
created a human on the court that got
Is this
hit,
new
that made him
information to you?
No, but it's an assist that he got in a playoff game from his own creation. On the court.
That's so like that cannot be the thing that changes things.
There's
for you.
just something about it.
You're using this as the thing that changes something for you, so that you don't have to admit that LeBron's playing this way at 41 is.
Oh no, he's playing this way at 41 is insane. In fact,
that's the thing that should be changing it for
I saw
you.
something recently that went viral. Something from The Herd, and I believe this is back when you were working on it, where he was 5 years old.
Yeah,
Like, mark my words, he will not play like Jordan at 40. Well, he's playing better than Jordan now at 41.
A lot
so,
better.
Dude, that's a pretty tough pill to swallow right there.
Colin has a lot of those.
Was it the same game that his co-host said, "Oh, tough loss for the Lakers"? Was it?
Wait, when?
It was this last weekend. FS1 had a rough weekend for their television journalists.
Yeah, you know,
Been a
listen,
real
if you're
rough
gonna
weekend.
put yourself out there like that, I don't know.
Also, did you see the Harden thing that was tweeted out by
No.
Nick Wright? Nick Wright had a thing that he said, yeah, and Harden has scored less points than turnovers in 44 career games. They're like, no, this has happened in no, he's played like 26 games. What are you talking about? That's
he just had a fully wrong stat.
just a fully wrong stat. So and everyone corrected it, even got community noted. It was just like
Sometimes I feel like I wonder if the rush to post, like, did you not do the math in your head that that's like not a thing?
No,
like,
no, they
you
didn't do
know
that.
what I mean?
No, they were
but
really
at the
busy.
same time, I will say, luckily, he has co-hosts on his show that'll give him shit for that. Like I guarantee you, his co-hosts on his show are going to be like, yeah, that was embarrassing.
I'm gonna find this tweet. It's
Yeah, please find the
hilarious.
tweet. In the meantime, we can talk about the fact that Anthony Edwards is hurt and DiVincenzo is
That's bad.
out.
That's bad.
That is a huge bummer. That the loss of not only the both of them, but like there's also now no real reliable injury timeline for Ant, which is like incredibly frustrating. Some people are saying a couple weeks, some people are saying game to game. And this is a crazy situation because they won a game where they lost those two players against the Nuggets, but they're not poised to keep doing that if they don't have Ant. And I mean, losing DiVincenzo is big enough as it is a big enough loss, which is a bummer because you and I, so we had this as the series that was the most interesting, and it has been incredibly interesting. The Nuggets don't actually look like the contenders that we thought they might look like. And now, so it's like either one of these teams. So if it's an injured if it's an injured Timberwolves team that comes out of it, or if it's a sort of underperforming Nuggets team, they're not beating the goddamn Spurs, and now we're just staring down the barrel of Spurs Thunder.
Actually,
again.
I'll even go a step further. Listen, I'm hoping the Lakers take care of their business against the Rockets, as they should. They stumble in Game 4, but I still think they're going to win this series. I'd like them to get it done as quickly as humanly possible, so LeBron can get as much rest.
Yeah, I
as
feel like
humanly
I'm worried this
possible.
is going to go to Game 6.
And if they can get it done so he can get the rest, and then there's talk that Austin Reeves is almost ready. And things have been a little bit quiet on the Luka front to where I'm like, listen, I honestly think if we get to Oklahoma City, they're going to have all three of them.
I don't know, man.
What strength they're going to be, it doesn't matter. And here's the thing, even if that they were 100%, let's be real clear, they're still not on the level. I could hope for some sort of magic for 4 games.
I almost wonder if they're better off with, like, and I know this is like one of those like harebrained things, but it's like, are you better off with Luka not coming back and just like seeing what you can do in this? Because like you're going to get Luka back, but you're going to lose what LeBron is currently doing. Like there's kind of a, like you lose something in that transition.
So good, those three of them together there for a bit there.
Yes, this is bullshit NBA. Like,
I know,
fan stuff.
there's just nothing, like, listen, they have to run into OKC. It doesn't matter. None of this matters.
Now that's the frustrating part is I thought maybe Nugs or Timberwolves could come through and potentially give the Spurs a run for their money. Maybe we get one of those teams
Not the way they
against the
played in
Thunder.
that second half.
But they don't look. Neither team looks like they're fully at that. I mean, Jokic is an absolute monster, and everything else they just can't seem to put it together. And I don't. It's not that I don't think that they. I think that they can be a competitive enough team. But if Wemby stays healthy and stops getting concussions, it just really feels like we're on that collision course now.
Wemby needs to stop going to the ground.
In the East, Celtics are taking care of the Sixers at this point. Like, they absolutely demolished them by 32 points. So they're up 3-1 now, right, in that series. My favorite thing of the weekend was the Sixers. You know, I see a Sixers fan, and there's like the screenshot of Jason Tatum, and like in the background this was from the last game, not last night's game, but the last game where Joel Embiid hadn't played, and Joel Embiid's in the back, and he's like, Embiid looking at Tatum like he knows he would have got that game if he was in there. Like, if he was healthy, Celtics lose that game. And I, of course, underneath I post a screenshot of the fact that like Tatum versus Embiid in the playoffs is like Tatum's beat him 12. They're 12-3 against the Embiid Sixers. Embiid has lost literally 4 out of every single 5 playoff games he's played against the Celtics in the Jason Tatum era. Next game, they lose by the Sixers lose by 32 points, and I was like, you know what? Make that 13-3. It's the Sixers as a first round matchup for the Celtics is actually making me nervous because they just destroy them. Like they just have their fucking number, and they're not like a great metric for where the Celtics are at as a team. Like, but then I'm like, I don't know. I look around the East and I'm like, who else? What are we doing? Who else is that? Are the Knicks really capable of it? I don't know.
No, they're not. I have legitimately no faith in the Knicks, and I don't think Mike Brown will be their head coach next year.
Well, I mean, the Mikal Bridges bullshit with the Knicks is actually wild. Like there's such a dysfunction. Every single time they get close to something going well, there's something dysfunctional.
Remember when they were in the Eastern Conference Finals last year,
Yeah.
and then they fired Tibbs?
Yeah.
I remember that too.
Were they
Mike
in
Brown's definitely not making it out of these playoffs.
No, were they in the Eastern Conference Finals
Yeah,
last year?
they lost to Halliburton,
Well, before Halliburton died.
and then Halliburton died. It was a great run though. God, it was magical.
Gorgeous.
It was stunning.
That was a beautiful time.
The fucking choke. He dropped the choke off.
Hallie, oh man, he's struggling with shingles.
I know, poor
Huge
guy.
bummer.
Brutal.
But yeah, I am like a little bit. I should note that, like, you know, there's certain. Which one of your teams has been the best? So the Lakers probably, right? The Lakers are the team in your lifetime that have been the best,
They've
right?
always been my team, yeah, and they've luckily also been my
the
team.
most successful,
Oh yeah, probably them and the Celtics.
right? No, but I mean, like, for that you root for.
Oh yeah. Oh, of my teams.
Yeah,
Oh,
of
unquestionably
your
the
team.
Lakers.
So
No
like
question.
I can't off the top of my head think of it, but like what team is it that like you would repeatedly kind of see in the playoffs, pound down on them, and then you're like, that didn't really tell us much because we just have their number. No matter how good they are, we have their number.
Oh, so
the Suns, I'm sure there's teams when they're good, the Lakers, they'll have these like matchups, and you're like, yeah, of course we get them. We beat them every time.
You mean the vice versa, where the team is coming to beat your team type of thing?
No.
Or that we beat them every single time?
Yeah, like, you know how there's always that team
that was the Lakers against the Sacramento Kings back in the day.
Right, when the Kings were good enough to
Yeah.
make it there, but you'd always kick the shit out of them.
Every single time.
And you're like, I can't even get nervous about this.
Never bothered.
Yeah.
Oh, the Nuggets back then too. And I'm talking like the Melo years. I was just like, this is cute.
Oh, God.
This is cute. You got, like, it's sweet. You guys got white and powder blue unis. They're nice
Yeah.
and all, but it doesn't matter.
They were nice.
They were nice. I liked those
Yeah.
those years of the Nuggets uniforms, but
Yeah.
I didn't sweat them at all. I just knew the final challenge would always be in the Western Conference finals, and then it just depended on who they got in the finals.
Right, and like, so to me, it's like, I don't, you know, I say I didn't think the Knicks were going to beat them last year, right? And I know Jason Tatum gets hurt and all that stuff, but like, there's lots of things that happen. So, anyways, interesting to keep an eye on. I am I don't care if the Lakers get swept against the Thunder. I just want LeBron to make it through this series.
course.
It's really fucking cool.
Me too.
How
It is very
amazing!
cool.
What a great story.
That's
That's
been
what I want.
astonishing to watch. Really
Yeah.
has been. Like, really astonishing to watch.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to headline number 3. Mike Tomlin, no longer a head coach in the NFL, finally talks about his resignation with the Steelers. And I got to say, No notes. He's going to do great on TV this year, which he very much proved with how he handled this question, of which the guy's been a media pro for the last 20 years.
It's so funny because he hates the media, but he's so good at it.
But he's so fucking good at handling it.
Yeah, which is funny because Bill Belichick also hated the media, also was really good when he was, do you remember this, when he was doing TV that year before UNC?
Mm-hmm.
He was doing TV, he was doing podcasts and stuff, and he was great. Like, genuinely entertaining, for a different reason than Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin's much more charming and, like, charismatic, whereas Belichick, although Belichick does have his own charisma that he would bring, but it was a lot of, like, just like the football nerd shit that you love. But Mike Tomlin, he said that in terms, this is the first time he's talked about leaving the Steelers and kind of what precipitated that. And he said it was not an overnight decision. It's probably not something I could articulate or share with people. There's a loneliness with leadership. I just thought it was a good time for me personally. And what I mean by that is just where I am in life. Because he has talked about how he wanted to spend more time with his family. He's joining Football Night in America on NBC as a studio analyst. I did just see that they let Chris Sims go.
I did see that
so
too.
I was thinking that he might be replacing Tony Dungy, but it seems like it's a different situation. I'm not really sure what the deal is there. But he said he also gave a little bit of a prediction about what the Steelers are going to do with their quarterback situation. He said if you had a gun to my head, I'd say it's Aaron Rodgers.
I would
now,
say.
This is the part that I think is really interesting. He said, being around him for the 12 months I was around him, he's got a love affair with the game of football. Not only the game, but the process, the informal moments, the development of younger guys, the connections with teammates. I think he's got an addiction to that, and there's only one way to feed it. Certainly, he is capable still and in really good shape, so I think at the end of the day, he'll play football. Doesn't that sort of seem like the answer someone gives when they're talking a little bit about themselves? Too.
So Mike Tomlin will be a head coach in 1 year somewhere.
Like, Mike Tomlin's not staying in the media.
No, he's going to enjoy his year in the media, and then he's going to go take over another franchise. And
Yeah.
he'll do a great job. I have no notes. And I also agree with him. I think it's going to end up being Aaron Rodgers, too. I'm trying to think where I heard this. Somebody made a really good point recently, and it kind of, I don't know if it went viral, but I saw it online, where they were saying that Aaron Rodgers not signing before the draft was very much the decision. Although I did think about that for a little bit going, I get it. He was using the Kirk Cousins example as like, the Kirk Cousins signs, and then they draft Michael Penix Jr., his basically replacement. I guess I can understand that, except Aaron Rodgers is signing a 1 year deal, and it's going to be year to year of whether or not he's going to replace.
and
His
Aaron
replacement
Rodgers,
should be drafted.
Yeah, that's a totally different situation, especially because there was no indication, there was zero indication that the Steelers were looking to draft a first round quarterback. And worst case scenario, they draft someone, then retire. No one's like forcing you into you can sign a contract and then back out of it, by the way.
Jordan Love was personal. Don't you remember that? That was something.
He's gone full Brett Favre, and it's wild.
I know.
Remember when Brett Favre did this every single year for the last 4 years of his career? He'd be like,
remember.
I don't know, maybe
he
I'll
held them all
retire,
hostage.
maybe
But
I
here's the
won't."
thing: now no one cares that he's holding them hostage.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
it's just like, Mr. Rooney, I don't care. You brought this upon yourself
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Like, now it's funny. You did this song and dance last year.
Yeah.
And you're letting yourself do it again with a new head coach. So have fun.
Mike McCarthy.
What a choice.
Every time I remember Mike McCarthy as the head coach of the Steelers,
What a choice.
I feel like I'm living in an alternate fucking universe. You replaced Mike Tomlin with
Mike McCarthy. Just a simply worse Mike.
You were like, what's kind of like Mike Tomlin, but way worse.
What's a version of Mike Tomlin that's just heavier and not as good?
And has already coached Aaron Rodgers when he was in his prime and
Slow
couldn't
down.
win more than one
He
ring.
won one of these two coaches won a championship with Aaron Rodgers, and it is not Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
It was
Listen, any
the other Mike in 2010.
give Bill Belichick, Andy Reid, maybe even like Kyle Shanahan or Sean McVay. If you give them prime Aaron Rodgers, I promise you they win more than one ring.
Yeah, well, let's move on to the next thing. Baseball talk. I
Yeah,
love me some baseball talk.
I'm excited that we
got to
remembered
talk
to-
about this real.
yeah.
Yeah, this wasn't in the rundown. We're adding it to the rundown because the once very proud city namesake that you are from,
Yeah.
Boston Red Sox, are not proud anymore. And frankly, I'm gonna just call it like it is. Major League Baseball should probably get involved and remove this team from Mr. Henry at some point.
Do you think?
It's getting that way.
Is
Watching
it
this,
like it was enough? This whole thing was enough to give you a red flag.
no, I've had a couple of red flags these last
Sure,
couple of
me
years.
too.
Let's start with Mookie Betts being traded.
I think the Mookie Betts trade should have been investigated. Quite honestly,
The
like
Mookie
I
Betts
genuinely
trade,
was like, "What the fuck
let's
is
start
that?"
there. The
Yeah.
no real offer to Xander Bogaerts, who signs in San Diego.
Devers.
The Devers thing. And by the way, they did a hell of a job media-wise of just making sure Devers looked like the Antichrist on his way out. And by the way, I'm not
Really
saying
horrific
that
shit.
I'm not going to sit here and say that Devers was acting amazing. I don't know the details, but I got to say that Boston media was working fucking overtime to make sure we all thought Devers was a piece of shit.
They sure were. They were doing Brown's Deshaun Watson
They
type
worked
PR. Yep.
overtime to make sure we all knew Devers was just the worst fucking thing in the world.
Which is not it. Like he was a guy.
Yeah.
That's we've seen these guys 1,000 times.
This team, very famously this offseason, signed no one. Literally no one.
Got rid of people, didn't sign anyone.
Alex Bregman. You let him just right out the door. No
After
problem.
saying, "Oh, we want you keep you around," Bregman was totally down. Nope, never mind.
And now, of course, the sudden fire. Now, I'm going to make no mistake. The Boston Red Sox off to a terrible start this season, but the only money they spent was on Roman Anthony, a solid young prospect. But that's
He's like 22.
But I want to make that abundantly clear. I want to use that word again. Prospect. He's a prospect. He's not he's not a real proven major league talent yet. I'm not supportive of him getting paid. Yeah, I understand the business model and idea behind it, but you're the Boston fucking Red Sox. I understand the
that's the shit
Pittsburgh
I was gonna
Pirates
say, that's
doing
some
this.
pirate
I
shit.
understand
Yeah.
the Cincinnati Reds doing this. You're the fucking Boston
acting like a poverty
Red
franchise.
Sox.
Yeah.
And I understand that Mr. John Henry owns other franchises that he's trying to ruin in other countries, like
Liverpool fans are mad. Roush fans are mad. Red Sox fans are mad. I was talking to I'm bitching and moaning about this, right? Then I've got a Yankees fan who's also, so there's a guy who's a Yankees fan and a Liverpool fan. So he's like, I'm mad at John Henry because of the Red Sox, but he can, or because of the Liverpool, but he can ruin the Red Sox if he wants, but he's also ruining Liverpool. And that's pissing me off. And I was like, well, that's interesting because I'm a Red Sox fan who's an Everton fan, and Everton and Liverpool are the Red Sox and Yankees of the fucking Premier League. They're both from Liverpool. They have the same historic rivalry. And I'm like, how did I find myself on the end? Like,
Wild, isn't it?
That's wild.
Fucking wild.
But it is, Cody, the idea that Alex, so I think that there are certain managers who their reputation requires that, like, it's going to take a lot for them to get fired, right? Like, there's not a lot of managers like that.
So much so that Alex Cora, who when he was suspended by Major League Baseball for the Houston Astros thing, which, by the way, at this point, he was already the manager of the Red Sox.
Right.
And at this point, I want to also say this, a World Series winning manager of the Red Sox, he gets suspended for a year.
Did Cora do a year?
Yeah, he had to sit out a whole season, and then they brought him back.
Was this during the pandemic? Why don't I remember this?
Yeah, he had to go. Beltran had to go, and AJ Hinch had to go.
He served a year suspension? Where was I?
I don't know. You had an interim manager for an entire year, and then Alex Cora came back.
This happened. It was probably 2020.
It had to have been.
And like that's everything
I
from
get so
that year is
jumbled
like
up
gone.
on those
Yeah.
years at this point now. But that happened.
Yeah.
And now make no mistake, now Alex Cora has been fired. Now, Craig Breslow, former teammate of mine in Team Israel, he went to Harvard. He's your guy running your whole thing.
Don't I know it?
And I can't stress this enough. We have two current GMs in Major League Baseball who are ex-players, and I kind of loved and championed the idea. And neither are doing fucking any good. And one is Craig Breslow, my former teammate. The other is Buster Posey. These are two franchises that are very prideful and storied franchises.
Yeah,
and
and
they both
also
look
great
like dog
player.
shit. And they both look like dog shit at the moment. And the management looks absolutely inept at the moment. And here's the thing, man. It's not just that you fired Alex Cora. It's you fired Alex Cora. You did it in the way that you did it. You did it this point in the season. We're in fucking April.
They had also just won 17-1.
We're in fucking April.
What a weird optics decision to be like, it's April, we just won a game 17-1. Time for you guys
Alex
to go.
Cora is well known to be one of the best managers in baseball, so much so that Mookie Betts went on All That Smoke podcast and talked with Matt Barnes about it and went into some serious detail about he still watches Red Sox games because he loves Alex Cora. And he's like, and he even started saying like, man, it was a business decision. Right now, I've never been happier, but I didn't want to leave there. That's just the business is the business, and they shouldn't mix the two. That's very much his way of saying, yeah, those guys didn't want to pay me no matter what, and they're not going to pay fucking anybody, so they got rid of me.
That was the thing is like, if you're not going to pay Mookie Betts, you're not going to pay anybody. And they've made that quite clear since then. And Alex Cora is now, I mean, I've got Mets fans are like, ship him over here.
They
we can
want
hire
him so
tomorrow.
fucking bad.
Like,
They want Carlos Mendoza out the door.
Everybody wants Alex Cora now. Anybody who is in dire need of a manager. Never a good feeling when you fire somebody like that. And as you and I talked about before the show, players on the team are now going straight to the media and making it very clear.
Yeah. By the way, kudos on them, because you know why I really like it? Fucking players put their name on it. Some players didn't fucking
Garrett
hide
Whitlock,
from it.
Trevor Story, both came out and said, yeah. Whitlock, I believe, was the one who said point blank, they have made it very clear they don't give a fuck about how we feel.
He actually said, I'm paraphrasing, but he basically said in the meeting that was held by the two owners, one of which being John Henry, who reportedly didn't say a fucking word in this meeting, and Craig Breslow, players were barred from asking questions about it, which is the softest bitch ass thing you could do. I don't know how you billionaires are so fucking soft. Embarrassing.
And you know
I
what?
wish they all just beat the shit out of you in that room.
And the crazy part is, it's hard to even be mad at Craig Breslow or even Chaim Bloom at this point, because when Chaim, like, I think back on it and I'm like, it's so clear that they weren't going to let him pay Mookie Betts.
Nope.
You cannot convince me Chaim wanted to trade Mookie Betts. He got the job and then traded Mookie Betts. Who gets a job as a GM
and trades away
Mookie Betts?
Maybe one of the top 5 best players of his generation.
He, by the way, still managed to build a team that ended up in an AL championship.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
they made it when they should not have.
Yeah.
They should not have even got put
Who was
together.
managing that team?
Alex Cora.
Interesting. That guy seems like he's a good manager. Someone should hire him. Maybe the Red Sox can hire him.
And so it's like, I'm not even necessarily putting this. I think it would be easier to put it on Craig if the owners didn't act like this.
Mm-hmm.
This is very clearly somebody who has decided that the Red Sox are a money-making, he's laundering money through the Red Sox.
They dropped the shut up and dribble on
He's
these
using
players.
the Boston Red Sox as a way to make money and not as a way to like build up his portfolio. Like this is all about cost cutting, and this is what they're doing across sports. It's been happening a lot in English Premier League as well, and that's why the Liverpool fans are mad. And it's not just Liverpool fans over there, but this is like it's embarrassing. And I'll tell you right now, I will not watch the Red Sox. I'm done.
I don't blame you.
I'm not watching the
blame
no Alex Cora Red Sox. I am a Diamondbacks fan. I am a Geraldo Perdomo fan.
By the way, great win yesterday.
That's my guy.
What a great win. Mexico City.
They're fantastic. They're really fun. You and I talked about the NL
Love 'em.
West. They're all here. I can watch them. I can go to Dodgers games, Dodgers, Diamondbacks games. I can go to Padres games. That's what's going to happen. Fuck the Red Sox. Fuck that shit. You also had brought up a thing about kind of where the Phillies and the Mets being where they're at right now.
Worst
and what that
record
might mean.
in Major League Baseball is actually the Phillies and the Mets, who are in the top 5 of spending right now. And the reason why it's interesting to me is is this connected entirely to the Red Sox? No, but you're watching the Red Sox do
we're
all
talking
this-
about baseball.
We're talking about baseball. We're talking about cost cutting on one franchise and 2 franchises that are absolutely not cost cutting. They're spending money, and they're just spending money in dog shit places and doing a bad job.
Sort of like there's a very Brian Cashman Yankees-ness to what they're doing, where it's like, I feel like you spend money, but it never lands where it's supposed to land.
So this is the question. Are the Dodgers really the big bad empire that just is spending all kinds of money and buying championships? Or are they spending money and just know how to fucking spend money?
So, excuse me, this is a stupid question, but who is in charge of managing the Yankees? I'm sorry, the Dodgers.
Gomes is their GM right now.
Okay.
They have like 5 presidents of
Yeah, I mean, I know that they've got a big operation,
do.
but they're like the guy who's the face of kind of.
I
their
think right now it would
roster
be
building
Gomes.
Okay,
Yeah.
just out of curiosity.
And by the way, they make these signs. Everyone turns out great, and they play their ass off, and there's a hell of a vibe going on there.
Now, granted, not that hard when it's like, they were the only team that was going to pay Shohei
Really?
$1 billion, right?
Question: how much did the Mets pay Juan Soto? And follow-up question: was it more than Shohei? The answer is yes.
No, he got $1 billion.
No, right now the highest paid contract is actually to Juan Soto. He's getting more money than
Yearly.
overall.
Oh,
And-
overall?
Overall. Yeah, he's got like $700 and something million. And there's an opt-out that can make it worth $805 million.
I will say though, do we think that that was like?
I
would've
thought it
paid
was
one.
very stupid.
Really?
I thought it was insane.
Why?
Because Juan Soto's going to be a DH in 3 years. Shohei Ohtani might still be pitching in 3 years.
Shohei is probably going to be a DH.
And Shohei's also going to be a full-time DH. Guess what? Shohei won an MVP as a DH. You know how many people won an MVP as a DH? One. Shohei Ohtani. Ever.
Yeah, but that's
'Cause he
won
went
that after they
50-50.
paid Juan Soto. That has nothing to do with Juan Soto getting paid, right? I mean,
No, Juan Soto was a Yankee. He went over to the Mets
Right.
last year. And, yeah.
I'm trying to figure out, like, I feel like if you're going to pay somebody a lot of money, Juan was like a fair bet.
He was. But you're going to tell me right now with a straight face, Juan Soto was worth more money than Shohei Ohtani?
That's not really how the market works, though.
What
right?
market? They don't do the same thing. One is Shohei Ohtani, who is
No, they
an
just
actual
if you
unicorn.
if you are a crazy star, you just get huge contracts, right?
If you say so, I don't know how you can make a comp with Shohei. That's my only thing.
So I think more what you're saying is that the Dodgers actually got a deal on Shohei.
well, they did
is what
because Shohei Ohtani's also paid off his entire contract
that's
because
the big-
Shohei Ohtani not only has won 2 MVPs, 2 championships, he also brought in a Uniqlo deal, which now the Dodger Stadium is known as Uniqlo Field at Dodger Stadium.
It is?
Yes.
I live in this city and I didn't know this.
Just
Okay.
got renamed.
Wow.
And he has brought in, just in Japanese money, like $700 million last year alone.
Yeah, well, listen-
This team is raking in
Yeah.
so much money off of the cash cow that is Shohei Ohtani.
You're making my point for me, which is that like there's really only one Shohei.
That's actually, I feel like you're making my point. There is only
We're
one
making each
Shohei.
other's points. How beautiful.
But I don't think you can justify paying Juan Soto that because he does not bring in that type of cachet.
Okay, so who?
I think the Mets just needed to get a star.
Is there anybody close to what Juan Soto's making outside of Shohei?
Let's find out right now. Talk amongst yourselves.
Talks amongst yourselves, because what I'm thinking is like I don't know off the top of my head if Juan Soto's contract is a complete outlier outside of Shohei, and if it is, I do feel like that's a fair critique.
Talk
like
amongst
if it was,
yourselves.
if it's only, listen, if I have to talk to myself, that's fine. What I'm saying is if it's only Juan and there's nobody else even sort of near that threshold. Which now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like I would know. I feel like off the top of my head we would know. Okay,
Here we go. Shohei Ohtani. Now, keep in mind, with the AAV, Shohei is making more. That being said, obviously, we also know about
Right, but
Shohei's deferred money.
And these are guaranteed contracts, so like
They are
AAV
guaranteed.
is a little
So
different.
let's forget about the
Yeah,
AAV.
right.
Let's just talk about total
Yes.
contract. And I will also admit Shohei's contract is shorter than Juan Soto's. So that is important as well.
Okay. Yeah,
That
the
being
Mets do love a long contract.
That being said, Shohei Ohtani's contract is 10 years, $700 million.
Okay.
Okay. Now, he does get most of that deferred. He is only getting $2 million a year. He's going to get $680
He's gonna be on the Bobby
million.
Bonilla thing.
Except it's not going to be compounded with any interest. It is just straight up. He will get that money after
Fair
the 10-year
enough.
contract. That being said, Juan Soto, 15 years, $765 million with an opt-out, I believe, after year 5, that can turn the contract at $805 million.
Okay.
I don't think there's a universe he's going to opt out because he will never get this type of money.
No.
He will opt right in, as he probably should. And
I would also.
Steve Cohen is sitting around just holding the bag because he spent a lot of money on what I can only describe as a very bad team.
Who else is? So no one else is in that.
No, in
field,
that
though.
range, no.
There's nobody in that
I would
range.
think third is actually probably Vladdy Jr. signed his $500 million contract.
So that's
last
what I was
year.
gonna say. That's where I'm with you on. I'm with you on that front because like if nobody else is in the range outside of those two, you're right.
Like Vladdy, you
yeah.
can maybe make the argument about on the $500 million because he's probably generating a lot of revenue over there in Canada. He is like Canada's baseball player. There might be a thing where their jersey sales, merchandising off of Vladdy Jr. Also with the history of Vladdy Sr. out of
but
Montreal.
it's not like Japan.
It ain't
You're
like
right.
I can't stress enough. It ain't Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're nailing it. So it's Juan Soto has the biggest contract, but it's over 15 years. Then it's Shohei. Vladdy's is 500 million, 14 years.
Yeah, and then you got-
so really no one is even close to Juan Soto and
I would
Shohei.
guess after that we're going into the Mookie Betts territory. Oh no, you got a $300+ million deal with down in San Diego. Oh, who do we got?
Mike.
Oh, Trout's got over $400 million. I forgot the best player of like this generation outside of Shohei,
He'll always get paid,
who
but yeah.
definitely was not the best player for 3 months of his career. Google it.
Yeah, for 3 months, Cody was genuinely better than Mike Trout, won an MVP over him, which I do actually think is one of the coolest things that you could
For
possibly
3
say
months,
as a baseball
I was
player.
the greatest baseball player in the world
Yeah.
because I was better than Mike Trout. Numbers that back it up. I have an award over him. That being said, no one was ever better than him ever again.
I'll tell you this right now. You know what's quite a deal is Aaron Judge for $360 million starting in 2023 for 9 years.
Yeah, but his age was up there is why. That's why he got the contract.
Really? He's not any older than he can't be older than Mookie Betts.
He's in his 30s.
Wait, Mookie Betts got 365
Yeah, but what year is he on that deal? Like that Judge,
in
I think
2021. He got
but he had to be in
more
his
money
20s.
2 years earlier.
I think Judge is still older.
Really?
I think so. I think Judge is like 31 right
See,
now.
I never know how old baseball
Yeah,
players are
because Judge played
yeah.
at college, I think, for 3 years. And then I think he was in the
Yeah.
minors for a little bit.
So
I think
Aaron Judge is he's 34 now.
34. See,
He's
I only
thir-
thought 31 or 32.
He's 34
yeah, so
years old.
Judge is older. That's the reason.
Wow, did you know? My brain is blown.
Yeah,
I had no.
Judge is older.
Time is not real. We're
Yeah.
not even talking about shit anymore.
So just so you know, that's the reason why you got that deal.
33.
Okay,
So they're about the same age. So I got that right. I just
Yeah.
didn't get. I thought they were maybe a couple years younger. So
it's just
interesting.
one of those deals, man. But
All right.
anyways, just to put a cap on this Red Sox thing
Yeah.
and the Mets thing and all
Yeah.
of it, the Red Sox being a clown show with this is the fact that the players immediately went out to the media and immediately said what just took place. And then after the win, the starting pitcher, and I'll never forget this, and I hope this reverberates in every front office member of the Red Sox. The starting pitcher said after the end of the game, yes, we went out there and I think we played exactly the way AC would have wanted us to.
Yes.
What a fucking statement and ballsy on a young kid like
Yeah.
that to go say that. Because I got to say, that type of treatment, that's some bullshit. The Red Sox are not going to be good for a very long time.
It's not only the treatment; it really is just stupid. That was not like Alex Cora was not the problem with the team. Like it's just like guys, you gotta be able to recognize that. But they know that they don't care. They want the team to be bad. That's the fucking sad part.
Yeah, it's
they
crazy.
want the team to be bad.
Fucking crazy for a storied franchise like the Boston Red Sox. Now, let's get over to Media Corner because you and I had a weird argument last week over this, and I've been
not gonna
proven
yell.
right because Paige did exactly what I thought they should have just done from Jump Street.
That's
and
an
now
odd
we can
takeaway.
all move on.
That's an odd takeaway.
We can all move on.
Now that's an interesting.
We can all
takeaway.
move on. It's over.
It's funny because
she did a great job, by the
So
way.
you are actually doing what everyone in media. So everyone in media who was closer to your side
Mm-hmm.
is doing the same thing that you're doing, and everyone who in media who is closer to my side is also taking credit. So we're all taking credit.
Everyone was right. We all win.
Yeah,
We're
like-
all the good guys.
We're all even disagreeing
We're
on
all
who
the
gets
good guys.
credit. Yeah.
No, you don't get shit. She did the right
Everybody-
thing. She just should have done it a week earlier.
She actually, but the thing is, she did exactly the thing that was like she was like, you guys are going to keep asking, you're not going to get an answer.
And just so we're all clear,
yeah.
the reason what we're talking about
Paige
is
Beckers drew the clear line about her relationship with AZ Fudd on
Yes.
Monday. During Wings Media Day, she used her opening statement. She was like, hey, before you guys ask questions, let me just get this off my chest. She said she planned to address it once with the media and then her and AZ would decide to share moving forward as they saw fit. Me and AZ have always been the utmost professional. We've always conducted ourselves as such, and we've never let anything that happens off the court carry onto the court, and that's what we continue to do. We've been doing this for a long time, so we will continue to use that experience to show up and be professionals, teammates, great leaders, great hard workers, and continue to show up and do our job and help the Dallas Wings win basketball games.
Good.
She also said that AZ is her own great individual person, and she should be celebrated as such.
I agree.
And so that was her saying to the media, if you ask this question moving forward, you will be told, she said, I will redirect it to this answer and we will move on to basketball.
Yes.
And that was that. And now, so Jamel Hill, who was more on your side of things, there are a few other people who came out today and said, now this is the answer that AZ Fudd should have given, and this is exactly how you. Now, if somebody says this, now if somebody asks them moving forward, now they're the dick. I think that's a little bit intellectually disingenuous because, like, I told you all that this is how they fucking felt because it was actually incredibly easy to tell this is how they felt because when you behave a certain way and you don't reveal your relationship in a certain in a certain way. It's sort of like, well, we needed them to explicitly say it to us before we believe it, but now I believe it. Like, dude, I fucking told you this is how they acted, but they had to say it, and she said it, and so now to your point, which you made very well, is like, now if you ask about it, now we can, like, we've drawn a line.
Yes.
You're crossing a boundary.
It's over. We talked about it. We
For
addressed it.
all the people who can't take a context clue in a conversation, you, and then there's the me who understands things before they're said,
You're
like
so
a real
wise
empath.
and brave. So fucking wise and brave. How I don't know how I get to sit here with such wisdom.
I'm honestly, the fact that you chose me as your co-host is a notch on your belt in terms of
Bravery
yeah.
to the gills.
Yeah.
God forbid we ask a question.
But
it was very obvious.
And that's the thing though. And so was the answer. The answer was obvious too. And I'm glad she did it because
I'm glad she did too.
I don't think it was on AZ. I think your first press conference after you're drafted, that's a truly unfair thing
totally
to ask
get
of them.
that too.
So I'm glad it was Paige. She's a year in. She's the bigger star.
Yes.
She's the veteran now, and so.
I do want to push back on one thing she said. We've been doing this a long time. Not really. And I will say.
What do you mean?
I mean, they've been together for a few years, but they haven't done this in this type of spotlight going forward where the WNBA is in such a spot right now.
The spotlight was huge on UConn.
I agree that the
That's what
spotlight
she
was
was
huge.
talking
No, I
about.
agree
Yeah,
with that.
yeah.
No, I know that. I see what she's saying, but I honestly
She's
think
saying
the W.
what she was saying was her and I have been operating as
No,
teammates and handling the media and whatever else. That I think that.
No, I just think in today's day and age
Yeah.
with the media scrutiny, and by the way, the media scrutiny is not correct. I'm not saying
Right.
that this is justifiable by any
Yeah,
stretch
you're
of
like
the imagination.
everybody be an asshole.
Yeah, no, I can't stress this enough. I'm glad
Yeah.
they addressed it. I wish they addressed it that night because he knew it was coming, and now it just ended up being a weird talking
Right.
point. And it was just going to be annoying.
Yeah.
Perfect handling of it. The way she described it, how she even described AZ, she should be celebrated.
Yeah.
Phenomenal line.
Sure.
Now we can just fucking click paste. This is what was said already before. You guys know better, and now we can shame writers and journalists for trying to bring this back up.
So what were you pushing back on?
I'm pushing back on that they've been doing this a long time because hear me out on this.
Okay.
You're right. They have been together and they have been under some media spotlight over there. I think this is going to be a little different. I think the WNBA is really going to have a serious moment.
It's funny because I didn't take it as like, she's like, we've been doing this a long time. This isn't any different than what we were doing. I think what she's saying is like, we're not going to adjust it now. We're not going to start telling you shit because we're in the WNBA.
No, that being said, by the way,
Right, yeah.
I don't think.
That's how I took it.
Yeah,
I
there's
don't know.
nothing about what she said I think was wrong.
Yeah.
That was the only thing I've been like, I don't know. This might be a different beast. That's
Well,
my
it is.
only thing.
I think she knows it's a different beast. That's why she made the statement. She never made a statement like that at
Yeah.
UConn because, well, first of all, they hid their relationship for a long time.
Yes.
Which was
I understand.
it was speculated about, but I mean,
I watched Heated Rivalry. I get it.
The greatest thing about it was that it was speculated about for a long time, and because they didn't address it, nobody gave them shit about it. And so, like, and first of all, you shouldn't have to like keep your relationship completely quiet to be like left alone. So they came out about it. People started acting kind of crazy, and now they're drawing a new boundary. I think it'll be interesting to see how it's handled moving forward because this is a league full of relationships that exist
You
like
are
this.
correct.
So I wonder. I'm sure after our conversation, they showed that reporter going to DeWanna Bonner. Did you hear about?
I did not. No.
So someone went to DeWanna Bonner and asked her about AZ and Paige, because AZ didn't answer the question. So a reporter asked DeWanna Bonner, who's in a relationship with Alyssa Thomas on the Mercury, was like, "Hey, so AZ won't talk about it. Have they gone to you and asked you guys about your relationship or
Guys.
And DeWanna Bonner handled it great because she's a pro, whatever. But that's what, and I was like, this is like so weirdly invasive. She handled it super well. But the interesting part about it was there are a lot of different players in relationships, and the two players they asked explicit, what I believe are kind of inappropriate questions to, were black women. And I was like, this is an interesting thing. So the fact that it was Paige that came out and drew this line, I think is her being like, we understand who you feel like you can push your buttons with. Mm-hmm. So I'm drawing a line right now for all of us. In terms of her and her relationship.
I think they all did a very, very, very good
Yeah.
job. But I listen, my point last week was not, it was just simply the reality of the situation because we know what the whole narrative is going forward. I quote Charlie Wilson's War, which is my favorite Aaron Sorkin written movie, without question.
He's quoting Charlie Wilson's War, everybody.
I'm going to do it every
listen.
Everybody week until you watch the movie.
Everyone lock in.
Have you watched the movie?
Hell no.
Okay, that's because you're a jerk. Now here's the deal.
I do like the newsroom though.
You're going to... Then watch Charlie Wilson's War.
Fine.
You'll love it.
Fuck, okay.
You're going to call me halfway through and going, holy shit, Philip Seymour Hoffman. I said, I know.
I do like PSH.
It's his best performance.
Big PSH guy.
And by the way, I love every performance he ever did. This is my favorite performance of his.
Okay, fine. Let's
You're
go.
going to love it.
Give me the quote.
But there's a line that he says in that movie. He plays the character Gus Stavrokatos, and he says the line about how Charlie is being investigated for doing cocaine in Vegas. And they're all like, oh God, what the hell, Charlie? He's like, no, this is a good thing because as long as you have sex and drugs in your left left hand, you can carry a battle carrier in your right hand.
Yeah.
No one's going to ask about that. And that was basically the point. These are two very attractive, extremely skilled women, and people just cannot not pretend it's not there because we're squirrels. We're squirrels. We're dumb fucking squirrels.
Well, everyone's about to learn. Everyone's about to learn because these bitches don't play.
I'm hoping you're right.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, squirrel. That's what we are.
Not me. I'm an evolved.
It's because you're so wise.
I'm evolved.
And brave.
I'm wise and brave.
You're
What
so
can I say?
wise and brave, and this is so great. Speaking of the WNBA,
Yeah.
Let's touch on this real quick.
Do you know about
I
this?
have
Okay.
heard about the Natasha Cloud situation.
Okay.
It's just how much credence are you giving it? I'm on the fence because I can definitely see it, but I also see her age,
Yeah.
and so I'm like on the fence, kind of on this whole thing.
So Natasha Cloud was starting point guard for the Liberty last year. Incredibly super popular player.
Yes.
Both she is one of the more popular WNBA players. It currently does not have a WNBA contract. She has not been signed. And there is a strong emergent theory, specifically from basketball content creators, that she is being blackballed for being vocally pro-Palestine.
AKA the word they used was quote unquote capped.
Well, that's the word that one of them, that Dave Zirin actually used, a longtime columnist. He said that she's getting capped. Which is not, of course, anytime you talk about a black athlete getting blackballed from a league, you're going to talk about Colin Kaepernick, of course.
Always and always.
I will say this. She is not old. She is definitely a veteran-aged player, but
34
but
years
just
old.
yes, but there are many 34-year-old players in the WNBA.
Didn't say that she's old.
No. Well, you asked, right?
No, she did.
So she is an excellent player still. I would understand if we were talking about somebody who's last year we were man, we're bringing her off the bench. She was a fucking starter.
Yeah.
She's 34 years old, not 44. She's of the age that a lot of superstars are in the WNBA right now. She is. It's sort of very similar to someone being it's kind of like if we were all in 2018 totally fine with Chris Paul not being on a roster. Just sort of well, he's 34 now. Okay. So I will say this. This is a smaller league. There are young stars coming in who are maybe cheaper. There are small types of explanations for why someone like Natasha Cloud might not get a job over the Palestine, instead of the blackballing theory. I do think that it's incredibly hard to say that someone like her is not an invaluable addition to a roster somewhere. And so if it's not blackballing, the league itself is having an incredibly hard time roster building and pairing they're putting their veterans into positions where they can be incredibly effective for young teams and expansion teams. This league's expanded.
Yeah.
And you've got one of the better leaders at that position.
It's gonna be great when it expands again, thank God.
Right. And so that is the article that I posted in here kind of talking about it was saying there's one side, which is the internet side, saying it's a blackballing. There's another side, which is the Liberty, GM or executive and a few other reporters saying
they
that
went with a couple of younger people. Yeah.
Right. And so maybe the truth lies somewhere in the middle.
Possibly.
You tell me, Cody.
I don't know.
Do you find it a little bit coincidental that the one player, the one player in the WNBA who has spoken openly and advocated openly for Gaza and Palestine, she just happens to be not on a roster?
You are not
there
wrong.
are some things that feel a little too coincidental for my taste.
Fair.
If she had not been good last season, if she had not been productive last season, there'd be an easier argument. That's what I
Easier
always
pill to
said with
swallow.
Kaepernick was a lot of what ended up happening was a lot of people said Kaepernick wasn't productive in his final season.
Bullshit.
And the reality was Kaepernick was actually really outplaying what he should have been doing on a very, very bad 49ers team with a lame duck head coach. But what people did was they would twist it and be like, well, she wasn't that good. Or he wasn't that good. He wasn't.
No. You're right.
I'm a little afraid to do that in this
So let's be
situation,
real clear. Your question is, do I think it's coincidence?
Yeah.
listen.
That'd be quite a coincidence. You have to admit.
I'm
right?
not
Yeah.
going to sit here and I'm when it comes to these things.
Yeah.
You know this about me. I never believe in coincidence.
Right.
And I know neither do you. Are there shades of gray to this? I do believe there might be until I find out otherwise. But as of right now, I will simply say this. Sure as shit doesn't look good. That's what I can say
does
right
not look
now.
good.
And the good news
I would
is,
just like you to know she was all defensive last year in 2024.
I
Not
will
last
freely
year.
admit,
But in
it does
2024.
not
Like
look
she's-
good.
Yeah.
But how about this? To be entirely fair,
Mm-hmm.
can we readdress it in 2 weeks when the season starts? Because if she doesn't have a job in 2 weeks, then I think
They're already training and stuff, man.
you're
Like,
not
what are we-
wrong.
what
But
are we
I mean, the
doing?
draft was just a fucking week ago.
But that's how it works.
I know. Listen,
I'm with you. Let's revisit it.
Let's revisit it.
I agree.
You are not wrong. Where there is smoke, there is often at least a little fire.
It's I'll just say it very point blank. It's for a player of her caliber, with her stature, with her status, with her ability to contribute still in the WNBA, to not have a job at this point and be the only player in the WNBA
Yeah.
who has been as vocal as she has about Gaza and Palestine.
That's fair.
For her not to have a job, it is suspicious. We should treat it as something that we are keeping an eye on. If she
Yes.
does not have a job this year in the WNBA, I will call it blackballing. We will wait until the season has begun to see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Completely agree. All right, let's move on to pop culture corner.
That shit is insane.
Listen, Klay Thompson, what the fuck you doing?
Klay Thompson, you stupid motherfucker.
Klay Thompson, what the fuck are you doing?
Have you seen all the tweets of everybody saying that he looks like the PBS logo?
He does look like the PBS
I know,
logo.
I know.
Holy shit. Klay, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? What
Well,
the
you know-
fuck are you doing?
Cody, he's an alpha male with 4 rings.
No.
Yeah,
What are you
no.
doing?
Yeah.
This was the bag. This was Megan. You know how many times I've looked at the video of Megan Thee Stallion throwing out the first pitch in Houston? It's the only time I've willingly watched something in fucking Houston.
Hey, I'm with you, bro.
Fuck, man. What are you doing? That is a fumbling of a. You should have your boats taken from you just because you like them. You shouldn't be allowed to. The Mavericks shouldn't let you use them.
I think they should take one of Michael Thompson's Lakers rings from
What a
us.
move.
I think they should-
Cheating on Megan the Stallion.
And the best part about
And then
it is,
say she did it first, you
she
fucking
was cheating
child.
on me first. First of all, Klay, we know you've cheated on all your hot girlfriends.
Oh.
Like, come on, this whatever. But my favorite part is like
Man.
everybody, all the bros who are like, he's got 4 rings, he does splash, brother. You don't even know. He's like, hey, you know, what's 4 rings worth if you can't keep Megan Thee Stallion? If you can't lock down Megan Thee Stallion because you're a dweeb, what's your 4 rings worth? Because realistically, I crunched the numbers, Cody. People aren't going to like it, but there's a video coming out later today from my account. Crunch the numbers. Klay Thompson,
Oh, God.
it's not even an argument.
We can't. Don't do this. Don't do this.
Not
Oh,
even an
no.
argument.
No.
Was the 4th
I fucking knew you were going to go
best player on the Warriors dynasty.
Stop it.
I crunched
All
the
right,
numbers,
listen.
I crunched the numbers.
Tanya, I'm all for us making fun of this dumb asshole for cheating on Megan Thee
crunched the
Stallion.
numbers.
We cannot sit here and pretend that Klay Thompson wasn't very good.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, he was
No,
very
the
good.
video is not going to say that Klay Thompson wasn't good.
Okay, thank God.
No. The video is Klay Thompson, one of the greatest pure shooters.
I
You know,
agree.
of course, classic. And an excellent defender, especially for somebody who's such a good shooter. I feel like
agree.
he was an above-average defender for where he's at. I mean, he made a couple all defensive teams.
Yeah.
He
also cheated on Megan Thee Stallion, so who fucking cares?
Well, that's the thing is, so what ended up happening was the entire internet
Crazy.
decided to tell all the Meg Thee Stallion fans that they're stupid because like a lot of Meg Thee Stallion fans were like, I don't know what to tell you. I know who Steph Curry is. I know who Draymond Green. They didn't know who Klay Thompson was before he started dating Meg,
That's
right?
really funny.
So then,
It's also kinda
when
fair.
it ended up happening that he cheated, of course, Meg fans were like, bruh, fuck Klay Thompson. We don't know who he is. So then the men in their response were like, you don't know who Klay Thompson is. He's one of the greatest NBA players of his generation. Now that's what I'm going to be breaking down is that like, no, he wasn't. And so this is the interesting part is Klay Thompson was an excellent shooter or whatever. But
Yes, he was.
I made the argument on Threads that he was at his best, he was the 3rd best and most important player on the Warriors in the dynasty. And then when KD was there, he was the 4th.
Yes.
And a lot of people are very hesitant to give him the edge over Draymond, and they're certainly hesitant to give him the edge over KD, which is insane.
We're bearing the most important fact of this. Just the most important fact. And it's already been said, but I think we need to just go back. He cheated on Megan Thee Stallion. I don't even care if he's number one on the Warriors. You're telling me guys online are just going after Megan Thee Stallion fans going like, yeah, but he was a Splash Brother. He should fuck anybody.
No, because Meg Thee Stallion is a hoe who shakes her ass and made WAP, and she's not worth shit. That's what they're saying.
Fuck, this is
Three
exhausting.
Grammys.
This is so
three
exhausting.
Grammys. Gorgeous, smart, successful.
Stunning.
Not good enough for Klay Thompson, the PBS logo. So I'm going to break down their... So, I'm going to take the most Tanya Ray Fox approach, and I'm going to break down their delusions about Klay Thompson, who they apparently think is a generational player.
Okay, he's not that. I didn't say he was a generational player.
No, not you. They do.
Okay, yeah.
No,
thank God.
they have been in my mentions acting like...
These people are nuts. He's a very damn good ball player.
Yeah, he was a great catch and shoot
yeah.
guy, and he was like a really good defender when they needed him to. Like, okay, I don't know what to tell you. He's not Steph. He's not KD. He's not Draymond. He was a really great
He might
player.
not be Scottie Pippen.
He's not even close to Scottie Pippen.
I know. I don't think he is either. Except Scottie didn't cheat on Megan Thee Stallion. He may be no tipping Pippen and the Laura Pippen.
But you know what Scottie...
The Larsa Pippen shit is pretty gross. But
I was going to say, you know what Scottie did do? He did divorce a woman who dated
Michael
Jordan's son. And I do love that for everybody involved.
I mean, I have not been mad about it.
It's
been
very fucking
hilarious.
funny.
It's been hilarious.
You saw them on The Traitors? Did you ever watch that season?
What?
You didn't see Larsa Pippen and Marcus Jordan on The
I
Traitors?
saw the first. This was my first Traitors season. This season.
Go back. Larsa Pippen and Marcus Jordan go on a season together as a couple. They're together. Now they have since broken up, but it's iconic.
No shit.
Yeah, it's iconic.
Fuck me.
But yeah, he cheated on Megan. Shitty idiots. So this is the thing: men, gorgeous, incredible, talented women get cheated on. Gorgeous and talented, incredible men get cheated on. That's not why people cheat. They don't cheat. They're insecure losers who come out and say shit like she cheated first, right? Rather than just come out and be like, yeah, I fucked up. Why is everybody always like, I'm perfect?
You guys the victim here.
And then a bunch of people who don't know either of these people are like, actually, Klay Thompson is such a good basketball player that he should be able to do whatever he wants.
Let's go back. Guys, just like everything else we've probably should have learned these last couple of weeks, people cheating on each other is none of our fucking business.
I still don't care.
I don't really give a shit. I just think it's funny. And
it
I
is
think
very funny.
And the only reason I think it's funny and the reason why I'm taking this approach to this as opposed to the Diana Rossini thing that we dealt with Mike Vrabel is simply this. Neither Mike Vrabel or Diana Rossini went out and said, well, they cheated on me first.
No.
So now I get to make fun of your dumb fuck ass.
Definitely making fun of you. And also, let's be honest, that we can be honest. Sometimes, so Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini are equally attractive. They're in the same attractiveness scale. Mm-hmm. When we see somebody outkick their cup,
Clay's not that bad looking. I mean, he's got the PBS thing. You aren't wrong about that. Now I'm never going to unsee that.
He's not a good-looking man.
He's not bad looking.
He's not a good smile. He's not a good-looking man. Tall. When you see somebody outkick their coverage, she's tall.
I mean, to be fair, I've heard that phrase said to me a lot in my time.
As far as I know, and I'll be honest, as far as I know,
that phrase has been said to me in the past many times.
And as far as I know, the few that I do, I know of 3. You are absolutely getting hot girlfriends. You are not.
I do get hot girlfriends.
You are not hot enough for your girlfriends.
Boom.
Klay was not hot enough for Meg Thee Stallion.
But he was generational.
Hotness.
But he's generational.
But he's not.
I know.
That's the problem.
You know he is generational? He's a generational fucking boatman.
Yeah, so
he's on a boat, motherfuckers. Don't you ever forget.
You can't be medium ugly and not generational.
I like PBS.
And a cheater.
Save PBS. I've been saying that for years.
If you don't look like Idris Elba, I'm going to call you medium ugly if you cheat on Meg Thee Stallion.
That's bullshit. I don't look like Idris Elba.
You didn't cheat on Meg Thee Stallion.
That's because I'm not a fucking idiot.
Exactly.
Nailed it. See, we found some common ground and agreement at the end of the show anyways. Phenomenal stuff. Guys, we're going to take a quick little break. And when I say a quick little break, I mean for 4 days. We'll be back on Friday right here at 5 p.m. Pacific time.
We're going to have Cody lit. We're going to figure this out. We're gonna let you. We're gonna
No,
let you.
I like being in my dark cave.
No, I can't stand it. It's so unsettling. I don't know what happened, but we are gonna like Cody, and especially we need to because we're gonna finally do the bloody sock for sure.
We are finally going to talk about the bloody sock. We got an
Now that the
expert
Red
that's
Sox
going to
are in
come in.
shambles, it's time to just do it.
Yeah, now it's time to break the rest of the visage of your
Yeah.
memories of all the Red Sox bullshit of the last 25
Now
years.
is the time to call out all the worst Red Sox of all time. So like why? What better
I'll start
time
with
than now?
one. Fuck Kurt Schilling.
Fuck Kurt Schilling.
See you Friday.